Hi guys, it's RLC321 back again with another installment of the Hulk PVC model. And I've always said that I show my mistakes as well as other things that I've been doing, because nobody, and I mean that, nobody is perfect when they're doing it. If we just have a look at the Hulk here, there's a few mistakes that I tried to do, obviously, with that ink wash, just by spraying it all over. You can mainly see it in the arms. Let's see if we can get I don't know if we can see this here. Let's try and get it to focus in. And there we go. You can see where there's loads of white bits where the paint has separated for some weird and unknown reason, and it's happened quite a bit in all the whole model kit. So because of that, I'm going to have to try and do something else. The actual colour scheme of the Hulk is looking quite good, but we need to address that. We need to address that issue right now. So what I've decided to do is, where's my Dark Angel's green colour gone? There it is. Angel green, I should really say. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to mix some of this Dark Angel green into my airbrush. Let me get let's get some thinner in my airbrush here first. And what I want to do is put some of that Dark Angel green in there, or that dark green, whatever colour it is. Now, problem is, as it is, it's too green. I don't want it to be that green. I'm going to add just a splodge of black. Just a splodge, not a lot, because I don't want a lot of black on there, but I want enough on there. Just a cut about 1-2 drops, that's it. That's all I want of the black. Now I'm going to mix it all up, and hopefully it'll be a nice shade of really dark green, which is looking quite good. Because what I'm going to do, I've thinned this paint down quite a lot now. I'm going to use a very fine, let me turn my compressor on, that always helps. I've got my compressor set to about 10-15 psi, and what I'm going to do is, once this gets up and running, just do a quick blowback, make sure everything's all mixed up nice. I'm going to try, I've got my, as I said, my compressor set fairly low. I've got the paint fairly thin. I've got hardly any air coming out. I've also adjusted this MAC valve here as well, just a little bit. And when I pull back on the paint, hardly any paint, as you can, I don't know if you can see that, but hardly any paint is coming out, but it should be enough, and I can get right up close and do some damage repair. Because what I want to do, I want to go into quite close into the model where all the muscles are, because that's going to help hide those problem areas that have come up. I don't know if you can see this here. I think I might need to thin that down a bit more. Just a little bit, because it's not coming out as good as I would like it to. Might need a bit more thinner in there. Let's try cleaning this paintbrush, this needle off a bit first. See if that helps any. Yeah, needs to be a bit more thinner. It's not coming out as well as I would like. So hopefully this one. And maybe just a little bit darker. Again, added just a couple more drops of black in there. Mistakes happen. I mean, it's going to happen. There's no two ways about it. But there's nothing wrong with that. Mistakes are. You want mistakes because they help. Believe it or not, they help you know not to do that again. That's better. That's a nice blacker, darker green that I wanted. There. There we go. Looks looking like it's coming out fine. Let's seal this up a bit and do a quick blowback. Make sure everything's mixing correctly. Okay, right. Now let's try it again. That's better. As you can see, I'm just going through the outline of all the muscle. I'm hardly pulling back on it at all. Just enough for the paint to start coming through. And I'm going through all of the muscled areas. Don't worry about a bit of overspray here and there, that's to be expected. And it's what we want. We want a little bit of overspray here. We don't want it perfect. And we're trying to cover up all of those white marks that I've got left. And it's also the other thing that we're doing with this, because we're doing this, it's also going to help highlight and enhance shadows and things like that. As I say, don't worry about mistakes or anything. And I'm just gonna go over this. Right, let's have a closer look at these problem areas, like in here. As you can see, hopefully we are covering them up just by following the contours of the lines. You should be able to get rid of those marks. I just need to clean off the needle tip a little bit. Don't be too neat with it, because we can go in and correct any other mistakes later. We just need to get rid of those stupid marks that I've made. Actually, it's working out to my advantage. It's actually looking quite good now. I'm just going to do a light dusting pretty much all over. Just a very, very, very light dusting to blend it all in nicely. And I think there you go. Let's have a little look at it, shall we? There. Now that doesn't look too bad. A few little whoopsies here and there, but I think we can get rid of those. Just start blending things in a little bit. Let's get it even. But yeah, there we go. That now doesn't look as bad as it did. And just a quick close-up of the arm again, if it's going to focus in. There you go. See, those white bits are now no longer there. So that's pretty good. So that's that part done. I'm going to have to do the same with the legs. I haven't even started on doing the pants yet. But the legs have had a similar kind of issue, so we're going to have to do the same thing with the legs. Again, just go with the flow first of all, go where all the nooks and crannies are, and just follow the contour of the muscles basically. And the reason you have it on a low PSI so you can get quite close to the model kit. So you get nice, intricate and fine lines. I'm hardly pulling back on the needle at all. Now just give it a quick once over just to cover the whole kit, just to blend that in a bit more there. There's that one done. And let's do the same with this. You know, just, as I say, just follow the contours, and you really can't go much wrong. Now a quick once over just to cover it, to blend it all in. And there. And there's the leg. They're all done. Right, okay, so now that's out of the way, I'm going to let that dry fully now. Oh, I've just noticed I've missed a bit on the body. Hang on. Get off of there. No, it doesn't want to come off. There we go. Just noticed I've missed a bit right there. So I'm just going to very quickly go over it. There we go. And I'm going to have to do the same on this side to make it all even. There we go, that should do. Oh, shaking the camera now. So if you do make mistakes on your model kit, don't worry, don't panic. It's never ever the end of the world. Worst case scenario, you strip it and have to redo it. Simple, it's not a problem. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Believe me, you're going to make mistakes. But that's all part of the learning process. You have to make mistakes so you can learn. Otherwise, you can't learn. Okay? Never be afraid to airbrush. Never be afraid to do something different. As I say, it's all about trying something new and seeing if it works. If it works, brilliant. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. Well, anyway. This is RLC321 saying goodbye for this part. The next part of the video is definitely going to be starting off painting the, what do you call that? The trousers of the Hulk. Okay, so we're going to start off with that. Anyway, so this is RLC321 saying goodbye, and I hope you have a good time, and speak to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Hey guys, RLC321 back again with another video for the Hulk PVC model. This time we're going to be concentrating on painting the trousers. Now again, like we did before, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put, this time I'm going to use black. And what I'm going to do with the black is I'm going to be using this to draw the shadows into this model kit here with the black. Okay. And the reason I'm using black is so it will show up really nice. And again, don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are meant to be made. Just try and go along with everything that you can. And don't forget the belt area, seams, all the little wrinkles. As I say, don't worry about going too much here, because you can't go too much. Because I'm going to show you what it's going to look like once it's painted, obviously. But try and go in with the lines and the creases and the folds. Follow those around. I don't know what colour belt the Hulk actually has. Why does he even have a belt? He shouldn't even have a belt. Actually, I don't think there is a belt on there. Don't worry. I don't know if any of that was in shot. I apologise if it wasn't, because I was trying to see what I was doing. Because I'm using black, you'll see the reason why I'm using black in a minute. And I want to coat the underside of here black as well, the whole lot. Just get all the crevices and cracks. Let's do inside here as well. Hopefully this is going to turn out okay. Well, I guess we'll soon see. There we go. Okay, so that's the highlighting done. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to clean up my airbrush, and then we're going to be painting him the purpley brown colour for his pants. Okay, I shan't be long. Hi guys. Right, for the purple for his pants, I've got this Tamiya X16 purple, which I believe is going to be a bit too bright. So I'm not going to be using this fully. Mainly because it is going to be too bright. So I'm going to be mixing this. So I'm going to put a little drop of this in my airbrush. Not a lot, but enough. Okay. paint on the edge, because that's always never a good thing. Now, I don't suggest, and I would never suggest, putting black to darken the colour. Really, is never a good thing. So I'm going to be using Chaotic Red, which is a fairly dark, from Army Painter. Again, you can barely see the colour in there, but it's Chaotic Red, and I'm hoping this is going to make it a little bit darker than it actually is. Possibly a touch or two of black in there as well. I think I'm gonna have to. Alright, let's add a bit of thinner to this. Alright, let's give it a nice mix and see what we come up with. It's a little bit darker than it was, but it's not as dark as I would like. So I'm going to have to go, let's go with some blue here. Darkish blue, that should help darken it a bit more. So mix that all in. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't. I really wish I had some dark brown, that would darken it down a lot. That's a bit better. How I'm looking at it, you can see just about see the colour on there, but it's a lot darker than the purple was. So let's get our, I think now with this, I'm just going to do very light dustings all over. I don't want to cover it or fully yet. I just want very light dustings. Because I want that pre-shade to actually start showing through. And I just want it very, very light. There, that's it. That's the trousers done. I don't need to do much more on that. Honestly, it's very, very light, but you can still see that they are purple. Don't know if you can actually. Let's bring that into. My light isn't very good, is it? Let me see if I can move that out of the way a little bit more. Let's see if that helps any. Not really. It's very difficult to see. Oh, that's better. But you can see that it's ever so slightly purple. You can see a lot better in the dark. You can still see the shading in the panel lines. And might need a little bit more on this back side here, because it looks like it's hardly got anything on here. That's better. There we go. That's the purple done. Now, with that being done, we're going to let that sit for a minute, because we need to now go on to do some hand painting, which I need to find my paint brushes, make sure they're working, because I haven't done hand brushing in such a long time. But we shall go on to some hand brushing in a minute. That's what the next video is going to be. We're going to start on the hair and how to dry brush, how to highlight things with dry brushing and things like that, especially with the hair, because that's going to be the best example to work at. And we'll just go from there and see what else I can come up with for this kit. Anyway, this is RLC321 saying goodbye, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye now.